tried different ways, couldn't find my way on this fucked up journey trying to get to that cake. Mama wanted me in school, pops wanted me to ball. I said fuck all them plans, young nigga, I'm a star. Was down on my ass, had no money at all. Told myself when I get up I ain't never gon' fall. Running through these fucking rats like Usain on that trap. I done dabble playing with some real packs.
What's going on? It's your boy Top Shelf over episode 3 of the Top Shelf Empire Podcast. I got my people with me today. Got my boy Maine in the building. My boy D-Rock checking in with me. The topic today we're going to be talking about, would you rather have a born female that's loyal or a fun girl that's unloyal? So we about to get right into it right now. What y'all boys think? What would you rather have?
Well, if you're talking about me, man, at the end of the day, it depends on what age group you in. Me, at 34, I ain't got time for the fun and unloyal stuff, because the most important thing to me is going to be loyalty. I can deal with a born chick that's loyal, somebody I can build with, somebody I can come home to, somebody that's going to take care of the family, somebody I can provide for. If you got a fun girl that's always trying to go out, unloyal, like you said, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of questions. More money you gonna spend because she going out just as much as you going out. And then you gotta worry about right now, you gotta worry about diseases, STDs, goddamn niggas acting crazy. And to keep it all the way up, bro, it's so many motherfucking niggas that's on the down low.
That's real talk.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking niggas and fucking bitches. I ain't got time. I ain't got no time for no girl that's gonna be playing this and that and this. I got to know what I got at home. You know what I'm saying? And like we talked about earlier, like you kind of then reference to me. You know what I'm saying? Your girl is your girl. You got to be confident and know that that's yours. You know what I'm saying? If you can't look at a chick, or if you can't have a chick at home and be proud to show her off, or be confident. I hate to keep repeating that word, but to take her out and know that she ain't messed around with 2-3 dudes that you got them to be in the club with, it ain't worth it. At the end of the day.
But to piggyback on what D-Rock was saying, like facts, that's what he was saying. Like I'm saying, if I want a girl, I want to be confident though. You know, take her out and see like, oh, she ain't messing with this person. So I'd rather have somebody that's for me. You know what I'm saying? That I have to worry about. Okay. I'm scared to take out because I'm like, oh, she's dealing with this dude, this dude. So it's more like, I'd rather have somebody just for me and we still can have some type of vibe instead of like dealing with somebody that's, yeah, we having a good time, but I got to worry about if I take you out, oh, this nigga smash. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's more like, I feel like basically what D-Rock picking up what he's saying, it's the same vibe though. Like, I rather just, me and him, we on the same link. So we basically saying like, I'd rather just have somebody just, even if the fun might not be there as well as sometimes. Because sometimes when you got girls outside, you're going to have more fun with her sometimes. Yeah. But at the same time, you're going to deal with somebody that's on your level and you be like, yo, I ain't got to worry about dealing with this. I ain't got to worry about dealing with this. I ain't got to worry about dealing with this. So when you come outside, that's yours. That's your prize. You know what I'm saying? So if you get out with her, you ain't got to worry about, yo, this nigga done had her, this nigga done had her. And you can walk with your girl on your arm with pride. Like, nobody ain't fucking with me.
That's real. Me personally, I'd rather have a woman that's loyal too, because loyalty big to me personally. Right. But I feel like some women look at certain niggas too, like if you was a nigga that was outside fucking all these hoes and shit, some women feel like this nigga like me. So sometimes if y'all the same type of person, it keep the extra drama out. Yeah. But me personally, I want a loyal girl because like you said, there's all these type of diseases, all type of shit going around here. We 2023, man. These motherfuckers jumping off the porch at 17, 18, 19 motherfuckers off the porch. Right. So shit is really fucked up these days, though, for real.
Yeah. And I don't want to make it seem like boring and fun are two totally different things, right? So you can be born, but still have fun because your born is a different type of fun.
That's deep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you older, fun is taking trips. Let's take a flight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you younger, fun is fucking, let's hit the club. Let's go to a party. So fun is a different type of thing depending on how old you are, how mature you are, what you got going on in life. Ain't no 6-figure nigga goddamn wanting to go to the club every motherfucking weekend. That ain't what we gonna do. Ain't no 6-figure nigga goddamn wanting to go to the club every motherfucking weekend. That ain't what we gonna do. Ain't no 6-figure nigga goddamn wanting to go to the club every motherfucking weekend. That ain't what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna spend some bread, we gonna spend a bag, it's gonna be to get the fuck out of the country or the state at least. You know what I'm saying? So let's have our fun can be being a Maui, Hawaii.
Let me ask you this question: what you looking for when you see a female? Like, what do you need to see in a female? Like, well, damn, this is what I'm gonna deal with. Let me see what she need. Like, basically, what are you looking for? What she got to have for you to deal with her off the rip? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so off the rip,
those standards, basically.
Yeah. So if I'm keeping it 100, you know, we're gonna be real. Physical is always gonna be first, right? You know what I'm saying? Your physical appearance is always gonna be first. But that physical appearance is gonna tell me about everything I need to know about you. Because goddamn, if you're too revealing, then I know you that fun type.
You like that?
You the fun type. You know what I'm saying? You like the
That's real.
You can be sexy and still have your shit a little conservative. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at a woman, I'm looking for natural beauty.
For sure.
Because nowadays, 85% of women got weave, lashes, makeup, heels, goddamn, everything to cover their real selves up. You know what I'm saying?
So then when you wake up in the morning, you're like,
it's a whole different person. It's a whole different person. So really, I'm looking for that natural beauty. I'm looking for a little bit of conservatism. And then if that is a fucking word. But I'm also looking for a woman that look like she got something going by herself. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, a lot of younger women or a lot of pretty girls like to gravitate towards men who they think got money, right?
Yeah.
But men who really got the bag ain't just trying to blow no money.
Yeah, we don't need
another bill.
Because you don't want nobody come into your life and they taking you down. You know what I mean? Like if you already got shit going, you can see your future, you see where you headed to. Right. Some type of woman, they come in, they got the nice body, nice face and shit. They look good, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know, niggas is sucking for a goddamn woman that's thick, look good, she got everything you want physically. But mentally, most of these women these days, they bird brain.
Yeah.
And that's just real. Like, you can't even have a real conversation on a business tip with someone. They ain't gonna know what the hell you talking about.
Exactly. That's why one of my standards, and this might goddamn cause a little issue with certain women or ruffle some feathers. But to be honest, when I really sit down and get to know a woman, she got to make at least $65,000 a year. And that's kind of like my minimum. When I talk to a woman, I figure out she only made $45,000 or $40,000. I know our lifestyles are too different. They on two opposite sides of the spectrum.
And just off of you doing what you do with your business, you make a certain amount of money, so you can't really. If you go making 100 bands a year and you try to deal with a woman at 30, 40 bands, she gonna pull you down, dog.
But this is another topic, though. That's crazy because you mentioned that, though. Because me and him, we went to school with people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went to college, they thought they was going to do this, do that, and that. Yeah. But it didn't pan out to be like that, though. You know what I'm saying? So, that's like, real. You can't, I'm going to get out of school and make this type of figure job. It was to the point where sometimes you just got to get out and hustle and find your way. You know what I mean? Like, you find your way with the truck stuff.
Right.
Sometimes, like, when me and him, we found our way. Like, some people didn't think we was going to find our way like this, though. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. But some people thought it was just school. I'm going to do this. When I get out of school, I'm going to do this. It's not like that. Because when you get out of school, you be thinking like, they promised you $100,000 job and don't end up like that. Don't pan like that. So sometimes it's just like you got to be around a certain type of, like, you have to take time and really just, what I'm trying to say, like, kind of like, you really got to feel out
what's for you.
You got to feel out what's for you.
With us men, it take a little longer than women, right? Yeah. So, like myself, I went to school, you know what I'm saying? I went to A&T, got my bachelor's, and I went to Central and got my master's, right? Okay. I ain't using neither one of them.
That's what I was going. All right, so now let me stop. That's where I was going. Yeah. So basically what I was saying was, there's so many people that did that, went to this and went to that and did all this stuff they did. And they were the right track. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying then when they go back and look at it, like, yo, they hit, like, let me get a job. But at the same time, it's like, yo, you took the avenue to be successful. You shouldn't even be asking for no job. Right. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, you can't paint that picture of you doing something in the business field, and then you be like, yo, what I went to school for, it ain't paying out what it be. It's not making that much money what you think it is. Right. So I'm saying, like, sometimes, like, I understand you say you want a woman that's making 65. That's not how it come out. Like, you could go to school and all that, want a good job, but sometimes it don't pan out to be like that.
When you get down on the top,
she get out of school, she making $30,000 a year or $40,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Just off the base, off the strength. That's just the entry level of what the position is. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
So like sometimes you can't judge people from building their way up. Like even me and him, we both had to build our way up.
Right.
It wasn't like nobody was
going off of what you said, like with the whole school topic. Like I feel like school not for everybody. Like that don't necessarily mean that that nigga just dumb. That nigga just don't see the vision of what the fuck is social studies, language arts, all this extra shit gonna get me money. Because these days, bro, most people that went to school, like you just said yourself, they're not using their degrees. Everybody getting into entrepreneurship and finding their way. So if you hop out, if you could graduate high school, most times you either go to college, you go into the armed forces, or you're going to find your way, you're going straight to work. Yeah. But you can't really judge niggas that didn't go to school because they might have had a whole different vision in their head for their life. You can't tell nobody how to live their life like, oh, you got to go to school. Me, I'm Nigerian. My mom, my dad, they used to always say, oh, you need to go to school, you need to go to school. But I knew when I was in high school, I don't fuck with this school shit. Like, I like school, I like coming to school. Yeah. But this is not what I really want to do. I'd rather get out there and work and go get some money. Right. That's all I be thinking about, getting some bread. But if you're not on that, then you can't really judge nigga who got that type of mindset because you don't know what he gonna turn out to be. Most millionaires and billionaires, they go to school. Nah.
Well, not trying to cut you off though, but not trying to cut you off there. But this is what I'm saying. Most people that literally they go to school and do what they think, they have to figure it out when they get in the real world because they've been in school so long. They've been in school so long, so they'll be like, they're like, dang, I don't know. Like I told you, house value going up, rent going up. So when they get out here, you've been staying on college council for 4 years. So when you come back, it's like, dang, I ain't know rent was this high. I ain't know mortgage was this high. You know what I'm saying? So like, sometimes school puts you in a gap. Sometimes you be 4 years of loss in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? So like, sometimes it ain't even about the schooling. It's about you missing 4 years of your life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then, and you got debt. You got debt to pay back. You know what I'm saying? So like, if somebody like him, for example, he could come out and say, okay, I've been seeing what's going on. I've seen the value of the house going up. It's going down, whatever. Yeah. He could play it because he been playing attention to the whole field. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, I know how the job work. I can work my way up. But sometimes when you're in school, you just having a good time, partying and having a good time. And then when you come back home from school, you're like, dang, I didn't know that rent was this high. Yeah. Once you get in the real world, because it's real world now, because when you get scholarships, they pay for your room and board, everything. Right. So you're not thinking about rent, you're not thinking about mortgage, you're not thinking about house value, none of that. No. You're like, dang.
This is what messed me up before.
So you looking at like,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
When I was 17, I had got my first job at this grocery store called Carly C's. It was a nigga I was working with. He had just graduated from ECU, but he was a cashier just like I was. I was in high school. I was like a junior. Yeah. Making $7.25 an hour. This nigga graduated. He making what I'm making in high school. So that right there made me look like, man, is school really what niggas be hyping it up to be? Yeah. The only thing I regret about not going to school is the goddamn memories I probably would have made on campus and all the goddamn shit niggas can talk when niggas be talking about, oh, man, I was at boom, boom, boom. This shit was like boom, boom. I can't experience that. But I don't really care for that because I'd rather have made some money while y'all was goddamn partying. Niggas was goddamn figuring this shit out. You know what I mean? Because, you go ahead.
That's right. There's a couple things to that, right? So, of course,
I put it in topic because you went to school and everything. So, I
went to A&T actually for 5 years because I switched my major my sophomore year.
Yeah, okay. You went to Fayetteville State too, right?
No, I played football. I played football at A&T 2 years. Okay. And that threw me off grade-wise. And then, of course, you got an abundance of females. And I'm from the country, so that attracted a lot more females, accent and shit like that, and not really being from the city, you know what I'm talking about. But when you going through school, a lot of that is just using what they trying to teach, not using what they teach you, but what they trying to teach you, and using that to build your own. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So like I got a bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communication. So I don't work in journalism and mass communication, but it taught me how to talk. It taught me grammar. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're going with it.
It taught me how to enunciate. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So I know how to code switch from being, you know what I'm saying, from the R, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
from
you go to some business platform.
We'll talk about
That's a skill though. That's a skill that people lack though, is just being able to switch it up. Like some people and I hate to say it, like some black people, they can't be in a room full of white people and white people respect you. Cause you gonna got that skill to turn it off and turn it on. Mm-hmm. We being from Southeast Raleigh, whatever, Southside, whatever, you gonna talk a certain way. Cause that's what you grew up around.
Well, elaborate what you were saying though, what you was going into another topic though.
Yeah,
you were saying that.
It's just about using what they trying to teach you, because you can't sit there and look at the curriculum that you're going through and be like, okay, well, this is the profession that I'm gonna do. Like we were talking about, you got to find your way. Yeah. If you're talking to a mature woman or a woman with the right mindset, she's going to understand that the simp niggas that's out here simping and tricking off, you know what I'm saying? That's all temporary. Mm-hmm. It's like fool's gold. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
because
real.
once you get what he wants, he's spinning.
He's leaving. And he going to do it to the next chick. Mm-hmm. And the next chick and the next chick. And what you going to be left with? You going to be left with the little purses, the little bullshit that he bought you. But at the end of the day, you can't go, it ain't worth nothing. You can't go sell the shit and get some real money off of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure out, as men, we got to figure out our lives first and the females second. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. That's why having a loyal born woman is more preferred, because that'll allow you, if you got a woman that's at home, that'll give you that comfortability to be able to go out here and find yourself or find your way, versus being like, okay, I got to get back home because I don't know, my shorty got down. She tried to go to the club.
It's another goddamn headache. Yeah. That shit gonna be back in. If you don't trust your shorty, bro, you should not be in a relationship or a period, because that shit always gonna wear on your back of your mindset, like, boom, boom, boom. And me talking like this is, I'm not the perfect nigga. I done been in relationships where I cheated in. Yeah, we all being honest. Yeah. I done cheated in relationships and shit, whatnot, but and I had good girls. Like, I feel like I picked my woman good. I had good girls. I know when a girl good, because you know what I mean. I just know. You know when you know. But over time, when you goddamn, if you out here dogging a woman, you dogging a woman, she ain't gonna keep being loyal. Like, even if they keep being loyal, it's gonna be, they gonna have in the back of their head. Like, I got all sisters, so I be on game with certain shit. Right. It's gonna be back in their head one day. Like, I'm gonna get this nigga back. It's not always good. Once you cheat in a relationship, my honest opinion is just to leave the relationship alone. Because it's always going to be in the back of their head like, this nigga cheated, bro.
In some. Now, this might be, I know this on camera, it might be a little
we raw here, bro.
Yeah, so it's super raw, and I'm going to keep it raw. And I love the women that I've dealt with, and I love, you know what I'm saying, what I got going on. But at the end of the day, as a man, sometimes cheating is the best thing for the relationship. And I only say that because
talk about that, dog.
I only say that because as men, especially, I ain't gonna say high value men, because I think that's a overused term. But a man who has options. Yeah. Right? A man who has money, looks, his own shit, or can have his own shit, can provide, you know what I'm saying? He gonna have options at the end of the day. So certain shit can get boring pretty quick. You can have a good woman at home and get bored. You know what I'm saying? And when you get bored, a lot of time that brings resentment towards that person. Like, you may not necessarily have an issue with that woman, but you're just bored with what y'all got going on. So sometimes stepping out once or twice, you know what I'm saying, brings back that value of that woman. Right?
They would know women would never understand that.
Women don't really understand that.
They would never understand
Women do not understand that. But you step out, just say I got, because I've been in a situation, right, to where I have a nice, great woman at home, born, loyal, you know what I'm saying? But at some point in time, I might get bored with her, or I might get bored with her, and I might lose sight of her actual value. Mm-hmm. So I may make the mistake, as we call it, of stepping out and dealing with a woman who I feel like, okay, she has the 20% that I'm missing and my 80% at home. You know what I'm saying? And once I deal with that 20%, it makes me understand it ain't worth that 80%. It ain't worth losing that 80%.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
But
so
that
really
what you talking about is some real ass shit.
You said some real stuff.
Women would never
This is like,
understand that.
Yeah.
You somebody that we've been rocking with you for a minute.
Yeah.
Give your opinion on me and him coming up.
Oh,
you
man.
see this since.
Oh, man.
Legit.
So,
You kind of seen her grow up, bro.
Yeah, I've seen a lot.
So she talk.
I can be real about that. So from what I feel, from when I first met y'all, I feel like, I ain't gonna say lost in the sauce.
No, you gotta speak up.
No, be raw, be real.
Because I remember, like, I was talking to him earlier. I was like, yo, I remember you ourselves, yo, we gotta go to school, we gotta do this.
Right.
You was putting us on real game. You weren't like, nobody was telling us no flaws.
Crazy shit.
I was talking to him earlier. I was like, yo, you was telling us, like, we need to go back to school, we need to do this. And I don't know if you remember this, but we was at, when you and Bo was at the spot in Durham, I think it was in Durham. I don't know if it was Durham or Warrensville. Yeah. He was putting us on real game. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you gotta kind of like, just to explain that.
Yeah, so I feel like at the time, you know, I love both of y'all, right? So at the time, we all go through those eras or periods of times in our lives to where we're just, not necessarily we don't have a plan, but
we everywhere with it.
We're kind of lost in the sauce just a little bit.
Just be real with it.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got certain attributes about ourselves, like ever since I know y'all don't always had women, both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's about prioritizing the main thing, making the main thing the main thing. Mm-hmm. Man, you know what I'm saying? You got no name. But I really feel like at one point in time, it was okay. Look, I can get bitches. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get bitches and money instead of coming up with an actual plan, which I've seen y'all develop and go through the different stages of building the actual plan to get to where y'all at now. You know what I'm saying? And understanding what's important. Family. Business.
That's first.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stability. Provision for your kids. Leaving something behind. Not just having or working for a 9-to-5 for a man who can fire you in the day, but having your own company with your own name on. You know what I'm saying? Something that you can, when you pass away, it ain't gonna go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
It's still there.
Yeah, it's still gonna be there.
But I literally, this is crazy because we talking on the podcast all the time, but I literally was telling Wobo that same thing. I'm like, yo, he was telling us back then, he was giving us game like, yo, go to school, do this, that. He was giving us like stepping stones to do to get to that point.
Yeah, man.
But you and Bo. So essentially, like you wasn't no big homie that was leaving us lost in the sauce. Like y'all do this, y'all do that, or just that. But you was really putting us like, yo, y'all need to still at
respect for you. Always came from like nigga respect, nigga keeping it real.
You might not even
days where niggas might try to put you on. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. But niggas might be on some shit like, no, go do this, fuck that shit, fuck this, no more. But you was like, y'all niggas need to go back to school. Y'all niggas got potential. Y'all need to use y'all potential. Boom. But even when you was telling that, I knew back then, like, school ain't for me. I know what's for me and I know what's not for me. Right. I had an entrepreneur mindset since I was young, so I just always knew that. Like, and you kind of said something that my big cousin Bo always say, be like, bro, y'all niggas get bitches and shit, but what you getting from that?
Right.
What is that? That don't lead to nothing. And that shit right there humble you, because when you sit back and you think, you be like, damn, you might get a little holes and whatnot, but what is that bringing to me?
Right.
That shit right there would raise your standard alone, dog. You go ahead, bro.
So that whole topic we had, that's off camera. We had a discussion that night. You might even remember, but it was like, dang, that's real, what you were saying. But at the same time, about us, y'all wasting y'all time doing this bouncing the club and doing all this other stuff. You put us in a direction that still like, all right, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no direction like, yo, okay, bro talking that talk, but he ain't really making no sense. You was like, yo, y'all need to do this and stop doing this, stop doing that. You put us in the direction. And I was talking to them about that earlier, though.
Yeah, it's about being diverse. A lot of people think niggas say just go to school to get your education. To be completely honest, you go to school, especially HBCUs, because you're dealing with other black people, a majority of black people. You go to other schools to network. You never know what connection you can build from having a relationship.
And that's some shit that we be talking about. They be like, that's the main thing that like going to school can have you, because you might be in school and the next goddamn president. You ain't gonna know that shit. Yeah. We were talking about it, so like the whole school shit, I do have regrets not going to school, but at the same time I don't. You feel me? My mom went to school, my dad went to school, but I didn't. Like, I always knew for some reason, like, what the fuck is language arts, math, and shit? How the fuck this shit gonna teach me shit? The only thing I'm happy I learned is fucking how to write and how to talk and how to read, because I write checks now. You know what I mean? So it's little shit like that that I be.
Invoice.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about shit.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, so I mean, like I was saying, it's the different things that school is for. I mean, some people look at school just for education and curriculum, like you were saying, language arts, social studies, you know what I'm saying, math, English, whatever you want to call it, writing, you know what I'm saying. Other people, I call myself a 10%, right? So I can look at a situation and not only see the situation for what it is, but see what the outcome could be. See all the different avenues and outlets that it could end up in. That's the same type of mentality that I use with women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I can look at a woman. She might have the outer physical appearance that I'm looking for, but what is the mindset really like? You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna be at 10 years from now? What your mama look like? What your mama got going on? What's your relationship with your pops? Do you got a pops in your life?
Deep, dog. We're going to get into that, too. We got to get into that.
You know what I'm saying? All that plays a part. So when you think about school or when you think about women, any of that, only the 85% are going to look at those situations and be like, okay, I'm going to school just to get a degree. I'm going to school just to learn this, and that. No, you go to school to learn all the other stuff that comes with it, the networking, the code switching, learning how to adjust the different fucking racial, you know, racial diversity.
Being by yourself too, because a lot of people it's their first time by themselves.
Being an adult,
having that
freedom.
freedom.
Know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Some
being able to control yourself.
Goddamn, go crazy out there.
And to be honest, that's what most girls get loose at, is their first year or two, first year or two in college. You know what I'm saying? That's when that
can make or break you.
As a person again, because fucking niggas, it's a soul tie. Whether women want to say it or not. I mean, every woman that I've had sex with is okay. Every woman that I've had sex with at some point in time is either I can reach back to them or they have some connection to me to the point to where if I see them out, you know what I'm saying, it can always be rekindled. I done been with girls in high school or middle school, married now. I see them out and they might step out and cheat, you know what I'm saying? Because we have a certain type of soul type, a certain type of memory, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's real important about them just keeping your mind open.
This is another question I was saying. So you went to school and everything, college and everything, but the route you took is not a college route though.
Nah.
So basically, you know what I'm saying, like how you making your money now?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you waste your time going to school?
Nah. So like I told you, I got a bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communication. That helped me with being able to talk like I need to talk.
So when you get in these doors, you
get the
contract. You know what I'm saying? When I'm to get the contract,
Yeah.
I got a federal contract that's boom. You know what I'm saying? And be able to talk to certain type of people, because to be honest, we don't hold the key to the real money. White people hold the key to the real money. And you got to be able to talk their language. You got to be able to make them comfortable at the end of the day. They got to be comfortable. They can't look at you and be like, this a nigga. See, the white, I'm sorry, I hate to keep using white, you know what I'm saying?
No,
because
that's the real wrong for black people understanding that language.
Right. But I've dealt with other races who can look at me and be like, that's my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
I can agree.
Brother or family, you know what I'm saying? And with my master's degree with public administration, they just helped me with learning how to structure my business. You know what I'm saying? How to treat my employees, how to treat my drivers, how to treat my dispatchers, how to treat my brokers. You feel what I'm saying? Like I just went through a case last week to where I had a broker who was worried if one of my drivers was gonna make it on time. But I understand how to talk to him. I understand how to make him comfortable enough to know that, look, we don't do bad business. You feel what I'm saying? Or I know you got this. I know certain people have done this to you, but look at our track record.
All right, this is what I'm saying, right? I get what you're saying, but I'm saying you do apply that, but that was in your personal. That was your personal. That's your personality. You know what I'm saying. What did you apply from college to do what you're doing now? You know what I'm saying? So like it's like you basically like how did you apply that to what you want now?
Strict examples.
Not even a strict example. I'm saying was college was I feel like you could have did that without the college though. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. This is my honest opinion though.
Okay. So what you basically saying is like
I think you could have done it
exactly what he doing without going to school.
Without going to school.
Yeah.
Okay.
But give me your opinion.
I'm gonna keep it real. I've been in business for 3 years and I make $290,000 a year. Mm-hmm. I've known people who've been in business for 5-6 years personally and don't make that.
Let's take some names. Let's take some names.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's take some names.
After that, or out of business. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like school has taught me how to put in discipline, how to put in certain morals and principles into my business and instill them in my employees, drivers, in the way that I treat and act and, you know what I'm saying, provision people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not only just my personality, it's the things that I learned. Like I learned how to handle finances. Like I'm good with finances. I learned how to screw myself over, fuck myself over. Especially in the trucking business, you can spend a whole lot of money on gas and equipment and truck maintenance, you know what I'm saying? But learn how to separate those things so you still profiting.
Still profiting.
Right.
Like going on what you're saying, like with business, what I learned about business, your business is your personality. You feel me? A lot of people don't understand that thing. Oh, I'm gonna get into business, boom, boom. Your business, your personality sells. No matter who the CEO is in the business. If you have a good personality, I have a contract with the state. And I got that shit just off of good personality and being respectful and knowing how to talk to people. Right. I ain't go to school. I ain't do none of that. That's just off of good, just knowing how to handle yourself and be mature around the right people.
Right.
So look, this is another thing. So if your advice, if you had to give advice to a 20-year-old just graduating high school, would you tell them go to college or pursue entrepreneurship? What would you say though?
What would you tell your son?
Well, your son. Yeah, that's a better example. It's a way better example.
Okay.
Which one would you?
If I'm gonna keep it all the way real.
Which one would you say? Like, okay, go to school for this 4 years and be in debt because honestly, you leave out with a lot of debt if you don't got a scholarship.
Yeah, I have debt.
I want to stand on that too.
On top of that. Or would you take that same debt and then apply it to entrepreneurship? But your son or daughter, whichever one, because he said it's better because it's applied to you.
Okay. So if I'm talking to my son,
which one would you say?
If I'm being completely honest, if you have a passion right now, before graduating high school, if you have a passion, if you have a business idea, if you have a goal or a plan right now, then that's what you pursue. I'll back you financially. We'll figure out a way to make that happen. But if you're not quite getting figured out, if you don't have the ducks in a row right now, then you go to school. That'll help open your mind up to different things and allow you to figure out exactly what your passion is.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So school is kind of like, it's education, you know what I'm saying? But it's also a couple of years of grace period.
To figure out what you're going to
figure out, you know what I'm saying? To figure out.
That makes sense. Me having my son, it's crazy. I ain't go to school, but I would want my son to go to school just because I get to experience everything that he could experience. Right. And then when you have kids, you naturally want your kids to be better than you. You want your kids to be greater than you. Me personally, that's how I am with my kids. I want my son to do everything I did, but multiply it by 10.
But since I asked you that question, I got to ask him that question. So, what'd you think, like, so you say that you entrepreneur heavy, but would you rather have somebody that's, like, say, because your kid can go to school, or would you have somebody say, I got a job for your son, and he could potentially own the business, or would you rather have him go to school? So, like, say, because obviously your son could learn this business, and he could pass it down to his kids. Or would you rather say, forget that job and go to school? What would you think?
See, in the day, it's always going to be like, well, my son, I personally tell him in that situation, like, you about to go build somebody else's company up.
That's all I got to say.
Build your own company up.
Exactly.
But if you don't got to, this is another thing, though, D-Right, got to listen. Entrepreneurs start with some type of level. You can't just jump out there. You got to learn the field. You can't just be like, all right,
that's not true.
Okay, go ahead. Because I'm gonna tell you, I can't jump into like doing. For example, I can't jump into a food franchise.
You can't.
And I don't know nothing.
You can though. People say that you can't.
Go ahead.
And that's society telling you that you can't. And a lot of us are going to look at it and believe, okay, well, they saying that we can't, but we really can't. Or you got big companies, you know what I'm saying, Cheesecake Factory or McDonald's or whatever the case may be, and think that you can't. Me personally, I ain't know a damn thing about trucking. I ain't know nothing about I worked in corporate America for 10 years.
But let me question this. How did you find out about it, though?
I found out through a friend.
Okay, so look, you dead in the situation right now.
No.
Because you got, that
friend didn't tell me nothing about the business. The friend told me that this was a good idea, that this is a good way to make money. They didn't guide me. They didn't hold my hand. There wasn't a mentor in it. To be completely honest, I still love my boy who put me into it. But once I decided to make that decision, he was into something completely different.
Yeah.
He was into training and training females at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I quit my job
to do this.
To get in trouble.
That makes sense. But what I was saying was this. Yeah, you saying that, but I'm saying also you still have, like, even if you're not fully going to what you want to do, some people going to leave footprints on you because nobody's going to jump into something they don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you still have the footprints to go, okay, I can call bro. If I do need some type of advice on this, he did it before. You know what I'm saying? He did it before, like, okay, bro, this happened. What should I do from here? You got the, even though you're not doing no more, he jumped into something different. You still got the advice to call him and is like, yo, what should I do for this? What should I do for this? I don't know if that's the case, but I'm just giving you an example. If he was doing car wash business and then he leave it and then I get into the car wash business, I can still call him like, yo, what should I do for this? What should I do? You got the person to call on. You got a mentor, you know what I'm saying? So you basically still had structure. But what I was telling him is no structure, no nothing. Somebody told him, yo, either this is the only two things you got, college or you could come over here, you could try your entrepreneurship. Which one would you tell him? You different because you got a homeboy.
No. I'm about to kill you right here because I didn't have a homeboy. I had a homeboy who told me that this was a good idea. Not a homeboy who I could go and bounce ideas off of. Not a homeboy that when shit fucked up with the business, I could call and figure out how to navigate through that situation. That's why I say school was important. I know we don't went completely off topic from that, but that's why I say school is important because it makes you understand the access to information, right? I didn't need my homeboy. So I got Google. I got YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that already been through that situation and posted it online.
Talked about it.
That's how I navigated my trucking business.
Whole point right there.
That's how I navigated it.
Going into like the entrepreneurship you talking about, like cleaning. Yeah, I'm a clean nigga and shit, but I never would have thought a million years that I'd get into the cleaning industry. But an opportunity presented itself and it made a lot of sense. But it's like, okay, I don't know shit about this industry. I got to figure this shit from the ground up. So I had to learn how to get contracts and grow your business. So it's a lot of shit that I can agree with you on because well, you don't know, say you get into a field that you don't know nothing about, but you know it's a profitable field. It's a $1 trillion industry. You gonna figure that shit out naturally. If you really got a hustle spirit in you, you just figure shit out naturally.
And that's what's gonna tie it back to what I said originally. It depends on what state you are in as a man. Whether you want boring, loyal, or you want fun, unloyal. Because if you're in the right state as a man who understands that at the end of the day, we may have parents, we may have support systems, but we really own our own. So are you in the mental state to understand that I am who I am and I'm unstoppable no matter what obstacle comes in my way? I'm going to figure it out. Or are you the type that's going to say, hey, look, I need somebody. I need support. I need somebody to have my back. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to call on when shit fuck up.
For example, like I say this, I want to get a clean business, right? He spent out, he gone, he out of there. But guess what? I can still touch down and call him like, yo, what you can do to get the contract for this building? So you still got those connections. So what I was saying was, basically, you can still like do that. Even you say, bro, spend out, he out of the business, he not doing that no more, he training. But you can still call him and connect with him. Like,
why would I? Why would I? If I'm really trying to succeed in what I'm doing, why would I double back to someone who's not only not in the business, but it's proven to not be successful in the business.
That's facts. That's true. I didn't even think about that part. I didn't even think about that.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly
If I'm trying to be successful in what I'm doing, why do I need to talk to somebody who was unsuccessful?
That goes to like when people trying to get advice on some shit that they never did they fucking self.
Right. Single people trying to get
relationship advice.
Yeah, no,
that's a fact.
I'm just not going to do it. It doesn't make sense to do that.
It's different if you met a nigga that was really successful at what he doing and he giving you advice. You're going to bite more to that advice like, okay, yeah, you done did it, so I know you know what the hell you talking about.
And you're doing it.
Still.
In the present time. I don't need to talk
now,
to nobody.
Hold on, let me ask you another question. Your homeboy that did it, that told you about it, did he ever say, yo, I'm feeling like this, I'm getting out of the business? Or he was more like, yo, it's because sometimes with entrepreneurs, like saying, I might be breeding dogs, but this might be more successful here. So you jump from here to another lane. Nothing wrong with jumping from another lane.
No.
So I'm saying, was he unsuccessful at this business and then he jumped to another lane? Or was it just like, I was failing here, now I jumped to another lane? Or was it just like, there's more money in here, so I jumped to training?
To be completely honest with that specific situation.
Because honestly, a lot of people want me to work. It's not enough money for me to work out and train and do all that.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to go into this is paying me here. I'm going to stay right here.
Where the money at?
For sure.
I got to go where the money at. So sometimes some people think it's not saying the dude was unsuccessful, because sometimes not unsuccessful, you just got to go where the money at. Because if I'm doing my own business and I'm cleaning carpets, whatever, and I'm only making, let's say for example, $700 a month, and then somebody else pay me $1,000 to train them, I'm going to go train them. So it's not that you was unsuccessful cleaning carpets or whatever you was doing. It's just like, yo, I got to go where the money at.
That's a good
So a lot of times, sometimes you got to go to look. You can't look at what he was doing like, oh, he unsuccessful. Some people grow. It grow into a bit like, okay, well, I'm making more money doing this. That's why I'm asking. So what was his situation where it was like, was it more successful to do something else, or was it something like
you want to go?
Yeah, let me say, I'm actually gonna be quick. What you saying, I feel like, is God take you into what you meant to do. Because sometimes a nigga might have a business, like you said, he was doing trucking. He might not be successful in that, but God planned for him was to be a professional trainer. Well, he might be making 300 racks a year just from training, but he ain't make that money in trucking.
There you go. Right. That's what I was saying. So like basically, he might not even failing at the trucking business, but he like, yo, my passion is to train. And when he got the training, he like, yo, I can make so much more money training, and it's my passion. I love to do it. Right. So what I'm saying, like, sometimes you gotta reevaluate. You got what you doing is not the same thing he doing. So sometimes it's like, yo, he got the education, he got the values of what do you need to do to succeed in life with the business, but he like, just as the failed business, when you walk away from a business, don't mean that it's failed. It means sometimes it be like, yo, I'm stepping into another life. Like, okay, I was doing the trucking for a while, but guess what? So many people hit me up to train, I'm gonna start training.
Right.
So that's what I was saying. I don't know.
It's on a case-to-case basis. With my specific situation, it was once I had started in the business, that person didn't have the right structure to continue the business through its ups and downs. Right.
So basically, he was failing in the business pretty much.
I'm not going to say failing. Like you said, the business, trucking specifically, has its down points, right? Just like any business. Any business has its down points. And when you get down, you have some people who are going to be like, okay, well, it's more money. Like you said, it's more money in this avenue. So instead of riding this wave out and don't know how low that valley is, because you don't know how deep the valley can go. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to this avenue to where I know more money is. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to why would I call that person if this is something that I really want to do. It just depends on who you are and where your mindset. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had valleys, you know what I'm saying, to where I'm not making, especially when I only have one truck, I'm only making $2,500 a week, sometimes $1,700 a week, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, is this shit really worth it? But I had to look at myself and figure out, okay, is this what I really want to do? Because I can hop and skip now. I can go to another business or open up another business or different avenue. Also, you know what I'm saying? Go back to my degree, you know what I'm saying, and do that, work for somebody else. Or is this what I really want to do? And it's about figuring out your ways along the way. And I'm gonna tie it back in one more time. I'm gonna tie it back into the women, right? So when I was just dealing with multiple women, having fun with women and not really caring if they were loyal or unloyal, just having fun with them because they were fun women at the time. That had my mind from here here.
You don't really focus.
That's real, dog.
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
telling you.
That have my mind everywhere. But when you deal with a solid woman, born woman, a loyal woman, you know what I'm saying? I keep saying born, but she really not born. She just
what you used to, for your lifestyle that you used to.
Right. She's comfortable with being at home.
Yeah.
A woman who can have fun being at home.
And just dealing with one guy.
That will allow you as a man to be able to focus.
You ain't got to worry about jumping here, there.
It'll allow you to focus. Having multiple women, I done had 10, 15 women. To be completely real, once again, this on camera, to be real, I've been texting 12 women and copy and paste.
It's so hard to focus.
Copy and paste. Just copy and paste.
It take your focus. It do.
You know what I'm saying? And it takes so much of your time.
So
your focus.
Let me ask you another question. So for order you to grow, would you say you only have to have one woman? That's it.
In order for me to grow, not only did I have to have one woman, I had to have a child. I had to have someone to depend on me. And not only that,
this business gotta be successful. Right. I can't only have a business. I gotta have a business that's successful.
I had
because
to have
the kid is
to be able to provide.
That makes sense.
You know
that shit do take your hustle to another level.
Yeah,
like my son, I had my son. I already had a vision. Like, damn, I can't do this no more. I can't do that no more. But same sense, having kids do not make you born like, oh, I can't do this. That's what people fuck up at. Some people feel like, yo, when I have kids, it's gonna fuck up my future. It's not that, bro. It's like you kind of went and said. It all depends on what type of man you is. You can still have kids and still handle business. Right. I named my son Legacy off the strength because anything I don't accomplish, I want you to finish it and keep going with it.
Exactly.
That's my son's name is Legacy. So it's like, it's really deep to me, like, when we talk about entrepreneur and going to school, because I want my son to be way greater than me. Right. Like, I know I'm gonna be great. I know I'm destined.
Only your father
can tell me I'm not.
Your father is going to be the only man in the world, supposedly the only man in the world who wants you to be better than him. Wholeheartedly.
That's no,
wholeheartedly. That's real.
Yo, you're right. That's real. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
It's not a man in the world. It's gonna be like, yo, I want this guy to be better than me.
No.
When you have a son, you have a daughter. You like, yo, I want you to be better than me.
It's a competition.
It's a competition. We all in a competition.
Like we love each other, we homies and all that shit. But at the end of the day, it's a competition. Everything's a competition.
Yeah, everybody here, we all got our own last name. What you gonna do for your last name? That's what lives on. What the fuck we do for your
why I'm
brand?
wearing this today.
Yeah.
My last name means something to me.
For sure.
When I die, I got to have something for my kids to be able to have. So they're not starting from the point that I was starting from.
That's
not even scratch. Because people who know me know I'm not silver spoon, but I ain't come up from nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up with a little bit of something, but I don't want my kids to be on that same staircase that I was on. They need to be on a different staircase.
Real talk, growing up with
you on the first floor, you want them to be on the second floor.
Third floor.
Because it gives you a head start in life.
Right.
Like real talk.
Like
when people talk about fathers and inactive fathers and active fathers, niggas with active fathers kind of had the head start. And I'm not saying my father inactive, but
I'm gonna ask both of y'all a question. I'm gonna ask him, I'm gonna ask you. So do you think fathers in your life that paint your whole picture in your future like, yo, dang, I ain't had a father in my life, so this is why I kind of undersell from other people that had fathers in their life? Is it a different or just like, yo,
okay,
it's about your personality?
So I don't even say it's about a father because my real father I just met 2 years ago. I just met my biological father 2 years ago and he ain't shit. I met him through an email. He emailed me. This nigga emailed me at 31 years old.
He didn't even text you?
And then, he emailed me at 31 years old. Yeah, on my Gmail account. And then forgot my birthday 6 months later.
God,
I'm going 3 conversations at one time. Do you feel resentful for not having your father in your life?
No, because I had my stepdad as an example, and he wasn't, to this day, we beef today, as a matter of fact. He wasn't a good father, but I could look at him as a man, take different principles that he had as a man and exhibit those things. You get what I'm saying? So more importantly than a father, it's about a good role model. Stepdads play a good role. having a good man in your life.
So you can look up and see like this is what a man wants to
Right.
like.
This is or certain things. I'm supposed to take certain things that he's doing and apply that to my life because
you
see
what's going on.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It's more of less of a what he taught you. It's more what you seen.
Right.
So let me ask him because he ain't seen it. Without following you, like, what you think is it affect you or not affect you?
It affects you in certain ways. Like my dad lived in Nigeria, so he'll call me, we'll chop it up, but he wasn't there presently. Nigga, I grew up in a house full of women, dog. You feel me? I'll be outside with my guys and all that, but still, I didn't have a man in my household, so I had to figure out shit a lot. But going out around women, you learn a lot too.
Right.
Like you learn how to deal with women. You know, with women, it's certain shit you'll pick up.
So it's like it's pros to deal with all women.
It's pros and it's cons too.
Absolutely.
It's pros.
But my thing with like niggas who be like, oh, my dad want to know, like, nigga, you got to be damn fucking 30. You can't keep depending on a grown ass man. Like, oh, my dad ain't in my life, so this ain't why this ain't happening. This ain't why. Nah, nigga. When you were a certain age, you're a grown man now. You can't be dependent on your damn dad. No way. Figure that shit out your damn self. You feel me? When you had kids, do better than your dad. That's what I stand by.
So you basically saying that you can't use that as an excuse.
Hell no. Fuck no.
I agree with that. We're on the same term with that.
Once you get to a certain age, you can't use anything as
well, excuses. Even if you didn't have no mom, no dad, at a certain stage in your life, you get certain age.
I don't take excuses for my employees now. I don't care if you overslept. I don't care if goddamn your baby, you had the fucking incident with your child. You know what I'm saying? Business is business. It's either you gonna figure it out or you not.
That's a fact. But yeah, man, it was a good topic, good episode, episode 3. Got my boy Maine, D-Rock, say what y'all last words. We about to wrap it up.
Yeah, well, I'll say my last words is going back to the original topic, having a solid woman. We're not even going to say boring or fun. Having a solid woman, a solid, loyal woman at home for a man who's trying to accomplish something means everything. And that's the real of it.
I'm going to pick it back on that topic. We're saying just having a solid woman beside you, you're going to succeed other than having a girl that's going to be outside all the time, all that. You're not going to really succeed with her because she's going to be chasing social media dream. So at the end of the day, you want somebody that's going to be beside you, that's with you for whatever, thick and thin, no matter what. And that's my last topic on it.
And my last words is, you definitely want a woman that's going to ride for you, because if you got a woman that's going to ride for you, you're going to succeed faster than a normal nigga who got to worry about. When you got a woman stressing you out, you got to worry about that stress, and it holds you back. But that's it for episode 3 of the Top Shelf Empire podcast, man. I appreciate y'all guys for pulling up. You already know what time it is, man. Go check out Couch Vibes Podcast. That's another good podcast. Go check them boys out. But we about to check out. Everybody be safe.
Shout out my baby mamas.
I done tried different ways, couldn't find my way on this fucked up journey trying to get to that cake. Mama wanted me in school, pops wanted me to ball. I said fuck all them plans, young nigga, I'm a star. Was down on my ass, had no money at all. Told myself when I get up I ain't never gon' fall. Running through these fucking rats like you saying on that trap. I done dabble playing with some real packs.